Welcome to this special edition of Denver 7 News at 9. I'm Jessica Crawford. Denver Broncos football is back, and we are going to training camp today with our Lionel Bienvenu and Troy Renck live from the UC Health Training Facility. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, and what a morning it is out here at the UC Health Training Center. Lionel Bienvenu and Broncos insider Troy Renck here for day 4 of training camp. But Troy, it is the best day of training camp so far, a special day, especially for the fans. It is back together Saturday for the Broncos and their fans here all across the NFL. It's saying, hey, we're back, you're back, let's get together and celebrate football across the country.
Yes, they've had events like this before, but let's be honest, it wasn't the same in 2020 or even last year, and it was a nice event last year. This is a celebration for the fans, and it's a great day, Lionel, for the fans to be here because it's going to be an intense practice, an up-tempo practice. Coach Hackett, as we know, is caffeinated. We're going to see things running fast, so if you're coming out here, it's going to be a great time. If you're not, keep an eye on our coverage. It's going to be fantastic today, Lionel.
Yeah, sold-out crowd. You had to get tickets through Ticketmaster to get out here. It's going to be standing room only. It's going to be crazy. We got a great hour coming up for you. We got some live guests. Steve Atwater, Nick Ferguson will be here. We got some interviews on tape, one-on-ones you did with Quinn Meinerz, Bradley Chubb. We're going to hear from Russell Wilson. We're going to check with the fans. All that and more coming up in the next hour right here on Back Together Saturday. Jessica, let's go back to you. We're ready to go.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, and it's great to see y'all out there. We'll be back with them in just a minute, but first, let's get a check-in with meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo for a look at the Back Together Saturday forecast. And Lisa, the big question is, what will the weather be like for today's camp?
It looks good. You saw it there. It's gorgeous. It's sunny, and I think plenty of time this morning to dry the grass out there. It's the last thing you want to do is sit in wet grass. Right now, we're at about 70 degrees in that area. There in Centennial, we're at about 70, upper 60s, low 70s across most of the metro area. So for those of you that are heading out to training camp, you're going to find temperatures warming up pretty nicely here within the next hour or so. By the time things get started there at 10 o'clock, we're going to be at 78 degrees, plenty of sunshine, mid 80s by noon as practice gets wrapped up, but it's going to be a dry one. We've seen a lot of cloud cover. It was quite a bit cooler both Thursday and Friday for that practice, for that training camp. Today it's going to be, well, sunshine, lots of sunscreen. But I was out there on the first day, Wednesday, and they do have some of those sunscreen stations. So there is some sunscreen out there if you need it. Right now, clear skies, a few clouds down across parts of southern Colorado this morning. Overall, it's going to be dry. The mountains will pick up a few storms today. Very slim chance of seeing 1 or 2 roll east, mainly pretty hot and dry in Denver. Jessica, a better chance for some afternoon thunderstorms here in town. It looks like tomorrow we'll take a closer look at that later in the show.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Well, here are the top news stories that we're following for you this morning. Breaking news overnight, Denver Fire found 1 person dead after an RV fire in an alleyway off Vine Street. The fire also partially damaged an exterior garage. The Denver Fire Department says it's working with Denver police on the death investigation. And 1 person is dead after a crash at the intersection of 40th Avenue and Pena Boulevard. Denver police say the victim was pronounced dead at the scene, and the Denver Office of the Medical Examiner will release the victim's ID and cause of death. The death toll continues to rise in the devastating flooding that hit eastern Kentucky. We now know that 25 people have died, and 6 of those are children. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is expected to speak today at noon local time. With more rain forecasted throughout the weekend, flood watches and warnings are likely to remain in effect in some areas there. The National Guard has been activated to assist in rescue efforts, and President Biden has declared a disaster. Someone has beaten the odds and won the $1.28 billion of the Mega Millions jackpot. That's the nation's 3rd largest lottery prize. Lottery officials say there is 1 winning ticket that was purchased in Illinois. Here's what that lucky person had to have to win.
Our first winning number tonight is 67. That's followed by 45. Up next, we have 57. Your next number is 36. And your final white ball number for this Friday evening is 13. Now for the mega ball number, that is 14. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 67, 45, 57, 36, 13. And the gold mega ball is 14.
The cash value option totaling $742 million. This jackpot grew so large because no one had matched the game's 6 selected numbers since April 15th. That's 29 consecutive draws without a jackpot winner. Well, let's head back out now, live to Lionel Bienvenu and Troy Rink with more on the excitement for the Broncos' second back-together Saturday.
Yes, the gates have opened, everybody. Fans are now coming in for back-together Saturday. And Troy, the best part about this is we see the fans coming in. Cheerleaders are here. Miles is here. DJ Beds is here. There are giveaways. You can see the cheerleaders handing out flags to the first fans that come back in. But the best part for the fans is they're going to see what we have seen the first few days, and that's a live look at Russell Wilson running this team.
Well, this is what life is like, Lionel, with a star quarterback. When the fans were let in, his wife Sierra's music was playing. This is how things have changed around here. But yes, Russell is completely in charge. He helps control the pace. He's basically the race car driver, the one that's actually steering the wheel. And I love the fact that he's coaching up young teammates. He's coaching up older teammates. They go up tempo. Everything matters to Russell Wilson. Yeah. It really brings back memories of Peyton Manning.
We're going to hear from Russell Wilson in just a few minutes. Also from Nick Ferguson live, Steve Atwater live, Stink live. But we also have a lot of one-on-one interviews you've done with players already. Let's listen to the first one. You talked this morning to lineman Quinn Meinerz about this offense, about the O-line, about Russell Wilson, all that and more. Let's listen to that interview this morning with Quinn Meinerz.
Bradley, we're here on Back Together Saturday, like a celebration basically of football around the league. What is it you love about football?
Man, just the camaraderie it brings, being able to have, 90 guys at one point at a time, you know what I'm saying, during training camp, all going for one goal, everybody making each other better, the competition it brings out of people, and just being able to have that platform to have these people out here supporting us and want to be part of us and letting them see us as like regular people at the end of practices and stuff. So that's probably my main things, is just the camaraderie, the competition, and just the overall involvement we get with the fans.
And when I was at your youth football camp down in Denver this year, you said that you want people to see you a multi-dimensional Bradley Chubb. Mm-hmm. How has that been to be getting involved, having your camp here this year? I felt like hundreds of kids. You do them in Atlanta as well. Why is that important to you to be involved?
It's huge because of the fact that we were once in that position, you know what I'm saying, as just a kid that was eager to learn, eager to just be around. And if I had a professional football player coming and take time out his day to show us some drills and walk around with us, it would have made my whole world, you know what I mean? And it would have pushed me and motivated me. So that's what all me and my brother try to do with our foundation, is just motivate kids and let them know that they could be anything they want.
There's so much excitement surrounding this team. What is it like now with Russell Wilson here? Do you guys feel the tangible difference? Is it kind of elevating everyone in the building, both defense and offense?
Yeah, 100%, man. It's the energy shifted for sure. And you see how Russ approaches every day, how he comes to the practice field every day. And you just got that business mindset, that not taking no stuff from anybody mindset, and it passes down to everybody. The receivers start to live like that. The O-line starts to live like that. And like I said, we're competing against each other, so we have to start living like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been fun to see everybody grow with the leadership he's brought, and everybody coming into their own selves as leaders as well. So it's been fun.
Does it make you better having to go against the quarterback like that in practice? And
yeah, 100%,
so?
100%, because we're running around trying to chase him. We're trying to get after him, and he sees us get after him, and he gives those signature moves where he's duck dipping and dodging and throwing it deep and stuff like that. So we got to all practice that, because we're gonna see a lot of quarterbacks in our league like that. So it's been fun to go against a Hall of Fame quarterback already, and just see him, how he works every day, and it makes just everybody around him better.
Part of the cultural shift is the arrival of Coach Nathaniel Hackett. Mm-hmm. How would you describe him to people? Because we see him in one way in the media, but how would you describe Coach Hackett?
Crazy in a good way. He's always upbeat, always jumping around. I know when we first reported, he was jumping on guys, giving them hugs, and he just has that energy, that contagious energy as well. And you want to play for somebody who cares for you like that, and he, you could tell that he thinks deeply about all his decisions. It's not just stuff off emotions and stuff like that. He thinks deeply about how it affects him, the team, and everybody around. And it's just great to have a guy like that on your side.
How cool is it for you to have your head clear, you're healthy? Because you told me the other day, it's tough. You were isolated. You feel. Mm-hmm. How did you get through those times of last year, and what is the difference now, showing up at camp, not having to worry about injuries?
Yeah, man, it's night and day, honestly, bro. Just being able to go into offseason healthy and with a clear head, like you said, and just be able to focus on what's important and not focus on trying to rehab an injury or you know what I'm saying, or like thinking about, oh, am I going to be okay for this or that? Just going out there and being myself. And like I said, I had my family, I had God with me on this through the whole journey, and just being able to confide in them when I was feeling some tough stuff, and they would be able to just give me a quick piece of advice that I could take on for a couple of days or whatever it may be, and it just helped out a lot.
Lastly, Bradley, you nearly set the rookie sack record. When you've been healthy, you've been writing a diary of havoc at times. What makes you think we're going to see the best of Bradley Chubb this season?
I just feel like I'm in a different headspace mentally, you know what I mean, when it comes to just how I approach life in general, and that's kind of made me approach the game of football a lot differently. I get to be out here in training camp. I get to go through these hard times. I get to be with my teammates every day. So I kind of changed my approach on things, and I feel like when I did that, everything started going right for me. And I know it's going to be some downs, and I just got to learn how to deal with those as well. But just like I said, where I'm at mentally, I just know it's going to be a great year.
All right, so Bradley Chubb kicks off our coverage. He booted Quinn Meinerz right out of the picture. All right, that was great stuff with Bradley Chubb, Troy. But let's talk about the fans now. Denver 7's Patrick Perez is outside the gates right now as the fans are pouring in for Back Together Saturday. We expect over 4,000 standing room only. Patrick, what's the scene out there as the fans are coming in here to the UC Health Training Center?
Well, those gates, they just opened about 11 minutes ago, and it is just a sea of excitement with blue and orange. I mean, check out this huge crowd that we're seeing here this morning. So much excitement. So many people decked out in this blue and orange with some of their favorite team players' names. We spoke with a guy who's been here since midnight, Lino and Troy. He wanted to be one of the first people here. He even brought a whole tent, a seat, and he was actually one of the first people here. We also spoke with a family that traveled all the way from Tennessee to be here for this big day. You know, what really makes this day special is that it's free, as are the training camps, but we know sometimes prices can be a little, or tickets I should say, can be a little bit pricey. This is a great opportunity to bring out the whole family and just have some fun, see some of your favorite players, and hopefully get an opportunity to get an autograph with them at the end of the practice. But yeah, Lino and Troy, I mean, my gosh, you can just feel the excitement this morning. Obviously the crowd is moving a little slowly because they got to go through these metal detectors, but so much excitement. Cannot wait to see, I'm sure a lot of them wait to see that 10 o'clock start time for practice later this morning.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much. We're going to take our first break right now, but coming up, we're going to hear from Russell Wilson about why he thinks this Broncos team is a championship team. And we're going to have live on set with us Nick Ferguson, the former Broncos safety, to talk about Training Camp 2022. We'll be right back on Denver 7 after this break.